At the convergence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela rivers, we're in the football town of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at Acrisure Stadium. Today, two teams hailing from the AFC, between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here's Tyler Bass to get this one started, and we're underway from Pittsburgh. Has this at the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he'll pull his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Another run for Henry. Nothing doing on 2nd. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be 3rd and longer. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
3rd down here. Need 8 on the play. Motioning one of the tight ends. Jackson now on 3rd. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So that brings up 4th and long. He has it at the 13. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll give up the gun to Bigsby. And he stopped after picking up 9, so they're set up well here with 2nd and 1.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. It's a design boot. Buying some time right. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. All right, partner testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is?
To win it. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Trap 60, trap 60. Let's go now. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Panther 11, Panther 11.
We'll go with a design keeper, and he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Some tough running from the leader of the offense right there. Didn't have a ton of room, but he made it work well enough to move those chains.
and 10 from the 32.
Here we go. Here we go. Cowboy 80.
From the gun, it's a get to Bigsby. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Chopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. This time they've got him. You can't break another tackle. He will go down behind the line. Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Third and long. They're going to throw. He's got Jones for the completion. Gets it to the 15. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. Pass gets the extra point to go. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Pass now to kick this away. This return starts at the 5. And he doesn't make it far at all. They bottle him up immediately.
Well, that's the case of either overthinking things or somehow not thinking enough on that kickoff return. You got to think the 20-yard line is worst case. Instead, the coverage team sticks him with a really long field ahead.
First down, here's Lamar. He put everything he had into this one. And the downfield call is going to go unanswered. Defender saw to that. That incompletion means it's second down.
Listen, this guy's reputation certainly precedes him in any game he's on the field, but it doesn't always keep QBs away from challenging him, especially early. But you know what will deter quarterbacks? Results, and those are the results he's looking for.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. From the gun, Jackson. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. Gain of 26 yards there. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is you got to catch it first. But out of the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yak on top of it.
On first down, Jackson. He rolls to his right. Catch is made down the right sideline. Just after the catch, he is hit and stopped. A nice gain, though, down to the enemy 41. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
I just don't know how you play defense, Kate, with some of the guys in the league today. How can you balance defending somebody who can run for it or throw it right over your head? These dual threat QBs, they're a nightmare.
Lamar throwing again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be down to within a yard of that red zone as the stop is made. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
No, we changed it.
Running back motions right. Jackson yet again. He's got it near the 10. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. It is Tyler Luke now on for the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Ravens tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Return coming from the 6. And This drive will start inside the 25. All right, Steelers to the line now. First and 10.
Here we go.
Takes the handoff. Now to throw. It's caught right side by Fryer. And he will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. Give him 13 on that play. And the Steelers have a first down. We've set it down from the 37. Up the middle they go with Bigsby. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
Good defensive tackles in this league, Kate. They can take up a couple blockers. Great defensive tackles. Well, they stuff the stat sheet just like that, knocking that run backwards before it could get started.
Ready.
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
79 Broncos. Cougars. Ready.
They're going play action. Buying some time left. He tucks it and takes off. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it and he watches the tape the next day. He's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the first down.
Ready.
About set. This is 3rd and 5.
Here we go. Set. Go.
Off the play fake. He'll throw. He's hauled down there for the sack of the final play of quarter number 1. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. And on 4th down, they're about ready to punt. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. Now this is out of bounds, and what a beauty. He coffin cornered it well. They're going to mark it at the 2-yard line. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. We send a man in motion.
Change it. Hey, report.
Design run. Jackson keeping it. And he's escorted out of bounds, but not before driving them up near the 25. An excellent gain. 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
And just in case his offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Choke the ball himself for a big run.
First and 10. Here's Jackson. Short pass brought in. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot. Give your quarterback a chance.
Lamar now from the gun. Headed out right. He's going to keep it this time. Ooh, and he is cracked at the tail end of that play. Good hit, but sure would have loved for it to have come earlier. So he gets forward a bunch and gets him the first down. Working quickly here.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Complete out to the right side. He's got it in the red zone. And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets him all the way down to that 15-yard line. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
From the red zone on first. Brought in. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a second quarter lead. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3- to 4-point play. Right, when you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath, and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Here's Miller on the return. Things going well so far. And what a great start for their series. He's all the way up close to the 45-yard line before stepping out.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Shotgun give now to Bigsby. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
While that run may not move the chains, Kate, that is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Go! Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready?
They run it again with Bigsby. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. And some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Lockett isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kate, that was so good, really, on 2 levels there defensively. Number 1, with an athletic quarterback, you've got to keep him in the pocket. They did. And then more importantly, in this case, you got to finish him. Job well done.
They're going to throw out of the gun. Escapes the pocket. He's running with it. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
60 by 6, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Air it out on third. Complete beyond the marker. And he's taken down at the 30. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
First down, play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Now here he goes. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
60 by 6, 60 by 6. Come on, set. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
From the red zone now. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers earn the chance to tie before halftime. Now the second time we've had the privilege of calling a touchdown pass to him in this opening half, Brock, and you're starting to get the feeling that he isn't done yet.
Well, but defensively, Kate, you got to do something different. It's kind of like a pitcher who gives up a home run and then a second home run to that same guy. You are not going to give him a pitch to hit, and this defense has got to start taking this receiver away.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion right. Throwing now on 1st down. It's Jackson. Hits him on the out route. He's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
First down throw for Jackson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to attain through that hit. And now they face 2nd down.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. That'd be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Design bootleg here. Bails out of the pocket quick. Wow, wide open here, complete. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's going to be a Baltimore first. And again, it's Jackson. He's trying to push the field. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So that brings up 2nd down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Again, it's Jackson to the air. Getting out to his left. He just throws this one away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They'll throw 3rd and long. Buying some time right. Finds him on the crossing route. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They gain 11 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. Now Jackson off the play action. Vacates quickly left side. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throwaway.
Jackson's going to throw again. Has him on the quick hitter. Oh, and that was close, but they're going to have to get this on 3rd down now. Gain is to the 27. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. All right, 2 yards to go here on 3rd down on what will be the 9th play of this impressive drive. And drawn up here for Lamar. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. All set now. 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Jackson. Escapes out to the left. Connects on the crosser. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. working inside the red zone. He rolls to his right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens take the lead just before halftime. Manage that clock beautifully. Down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
Here's Luke for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7.
Steelers 14.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half or if we get a play from scrimmage as this one's away. So it's a touchback on the kickoff, and we're going to get one final snap here in the half.
At their own 20-yard line.
This is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
Ready? Viking 18.
They'll throw it. Oh, they tried the lateral. It's a live ball. The Ravens pick it up. And Baltimore finishes the return to the end zone. Touchdown. The Ravens will extend their lead as time expires in the half. Really smart play from him there, Brock. Not just to fall on the football, but to take it in for the score.
Yeah, a word we don't normally use with D linemen a lot. Quickness, right? Usually the corner skill guys.
Yep.
But he was quick, man. He downshifted in a hurry for 6.
And the kick is good, so they add 7 to their lead on the final play of our first half. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Starting from the 5. And he's out of bounds, approaching the 25. Couple yards short at the 23. Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go street. 70 Timberwolves. Cowboy 80.
Hand off here for Bigsby. And he's going to get this one at the 36-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
They've got 1st down here from the 36.
Ready? Hey, Crash. 18 Cardinal. Ready?
Again, it's Bigsby. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Get it. Ready?
They'll go play action. Headed out right. He's keeping it. And before he can reach the 1st, he's stopped. But this is close. Ball up to the 45-yard line.
As quarterback, Kate, you got to hope that those crumbs don't just lead to the cookie in the passing game. But a short scramble like that may open up a bigger one down the road.
3rd down, 1 yard to go.
Here we go. Start.
We'll go with a design keeper. And what a play. They never gave him a shot to get that single yard. He's going to lose some yardage. 4th down coming up.
That was a beautiful picture, Kate, of stop the run on the way to the quarterback. 3rd downs, I don't mind a draw call. You're thinking pass. You want those defensive ends to come upfield. But kudos to that whole defense to stop that run on the way to the quarterback.
Panther 60.
They're going for this. Flushed out of the pocket. Making the call himself. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield. So they come through with 6, and they're rewarded for going for it on 4th down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
Ready?
Throwing from the gun here. This is reeled in nicely downfield by Jones. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers cutting to the lead coming out of halftime. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
And that's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Starting at the 10. This makes it up to the 25.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. Now they send their back in motion right. The drive begins with Henry. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this. It's over. Over.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Gotta cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Jackson now on 3rd. He has the first over the middle. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
That's low and bounces short of his man.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field, but in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Hey, come on.
This one left for Lamar. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. Still fighting forward. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a 13-point lead. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. They broke out the design run from there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, KQB, do your thing, get a 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hat, right? An extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
Here's Miller on the return. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
At their own 20-yard line.
Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10.
Mustang 19. Panther 60. Panther 60.
They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
The Ravens bringing out an extra defensive back on this 3rd down play.
19 Lions. 60 Eagles. 60.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. Throwing into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. He brings this one back. Touchdown, Baltimore, off the pick 6. Second time they've taken one back on him, Brock. First the fumble return, and now this pick 6.
You know, I point this out to you every defensive meeting room we're in, Kate, when we sit down in these production meetings, and you can see their boards, right? These defenses keep track, and they know if they get a score defensively, their odds of winning through the roof. You get 2, it's almost a certainty.
The extra point is up and through by Luke. And the Ravens stretch their lead to 21. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. This return starts at the 5. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Starting out with an empty backfield, Brock. Here they come. 1st and 10. Back to the air following that pick 6. Man downfield, and he finds London. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
70 Ranger. 70 Ranger.
Going now on 1st down. Another one here to London. And he's got it all the way down to the 12. For a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
From the red zone now. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. It's a design boot. Bails out of the pocket quick. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Well, he went for it all right there. That was a highlight reel waiting to happen if he could connect. So good to get out of the pocket, keep the play alive, but even better defensively to force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Hawk, ready.
3rd and long for him here. Rolling out to his left. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
That's such a bummer, Kate, for a quarterback. If you have to scramble and take off, you'd really like to find a way to move the chains. He could not. That defense rallied. They responded. And forced a fourth down.
Bass's kick is good. And it gets a fraction closer as the lead's down to 18.
What a season this guy has had. Yet to miss on a field goal this entire year. And I really hope I didn't just jinx him.
Here's this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. First call here coming from the shotgun. Lamar now from the gun. On the move, headed right. Now he takes it. And now the small gain up to about the 32. Stopped by someone who began as a star for these Ravens, now a rival, Patrick Queen. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Finds his man. It's Rashad Bateman. Finds a seam. Left side. He's off to the races. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens stretch their lead on the final play of the third. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Here's Miller on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
No throw to start the drive. Forced out to his right. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates, let's go.
They're going play action. No place to go. Ravens take him down. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down. Brought in left side by Jones. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 11.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Throw here, 3rd down. Able to find Jones. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Down big, they're going to exhaust all options, it appears. The offense lining up to go for this.
Dragon 60. Panther 60.
Desperation time here. Chased out to his right. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Into the red zone. And the Ravens will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
You could feel them, Kate. You could feel the convoy. They were going. They thought they might have another one, but unfortunately, not another touchdown. But you know what? Not going to stop them from celebrating in another big game-changing play.
Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's first and goal. Out of the gun. Here's Jackson. Buying some time left. Brought in.
As soon as he starts to escape, Kate, you can almost see that gunslinger mentality come to life. It takes really perfect defense to hold up and keep him from finding something that'll go get that first down. They couldn't do it right there.
Now it's Jackson. They will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens continue piling it on here in the fourth. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His second touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one. More than likely for more games to come.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Here's Miller on the return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. All right, Steelers to the line now. First and 10.
Here we go. 70 Rangers. Ready.
Back to work after throwing the pick. Ravens get him. Down he goes. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks. Let's build this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
In a real troublesome spot here, Brock. That sack has him set up second down and 21. Looking to throw here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That throw intended for Drake London. So they're left facing third and long.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Wouldn't be a comfortable spot to punt it. Can they avoid that by converting here on third?
Let's go now. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger, 19 Lion. Ready?
Here he goes, third and long. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
Now, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunky yards, but still some work to do to get that first down.
Now, can't blame him looking at that scoreboard, right? Might as well go for this on fourth down.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
They'll throw for it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
79, bro. Ready? 60, Panther 11, Panther 11. Go.
They're throwing it. Oh, puts some air under this one, right side. That's grabbed inside the 30. And it won't matter in the end, but nevertheless, he's in for the late touchdown. The Steelers making the scoreboard look a touch better.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket, but sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
Steelers 31.
Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. buddy. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. The Steelers say they have it, and indeed they do. Steeler football. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Buys time, rolling right. And like an empty rattler, he just throws that one away.
Okay, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Now we give left side to Bigsby. And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. They get 37 on the play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it. And that offense just put on display some teaching tape for them.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And a big gain followed by a little bit of a loss here. Defense getting the better of them on that line. Looking in the air here. Buying some time right. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket. Genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
7 Pirates, 70 Timberwolves. Ready?
To the air on 3rd and long. Finds him over the middle. Looks great initially, but he is short on that 1st down marker. They rallied to him in time to force the 4th down. They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th.
Cowboys, here we go, here we go. Cougar 19. Check out.
This is Bigsby. And they are sent off the field. They had to go for it. Defense knew it was coming. That's a turnover on downs. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10.
No, we changed it. Hey, middle. 13. Hey.
They're going to pass it here. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26. New set of downs from 37.
Hey, Alpha, what? Yeah. You. You change it. Hey, report. Hey, nice shot.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Man in motion here. Second down, Jackson to pass. He got it along the sideline, but just couldn't bring it in within the field of play. That's incomplete, so we've got third down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
Listen up! Hey, Ozzy, Ozzy! Middle, middle. Let's go.
They've got a man in motion.
Get on. Go ahead. Nice shot.
Jackson now on third. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. And they're going to drop him to end the return, but this turnover isn't going to stand. We've got flags at the spot right where he picked it off. They got the interference call on third down, and that keeps this drive going with a new set of downs.
Hey, hey. Sit on, up. 180. Sit on.
On first and 10, it's Jackson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Ravens first down.
First and 10, here's Jackson. Vacates quickly left side. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
There's a lot of studies done every offseason, Kate, about the best red zone offenses. And typically, it's about creative quarterbacks doing just what he tried to do right there in extending the play out of the pocket. The problem is there was just nowhere for him to go with the ball.
You change it. Go ahead. 180. Nice shot. Sit on.
Throwing again is Lamar. Short pass brought in. And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the first. He goes to the hurry up here. Lamar throwing again. And the defender's there to knock this away. That effort means it's fourth down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
Oops, knocks it through. And that gives them a 28-point advantage.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's first and 10.
Let's go now. Ready.
Throwing now off the play action. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
He rolls to his right. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Ravens get it back as he intercepts him for the second time this game.
Well, we're watching the defense not just generate turnovers, but really add to them. A return like that, think about it. That's 4 or 5 plays that you just saved your offense from as they try to make that interception, yet another one, count.
Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's first and goal.
180. Sit on. 180. Sit on. Sit on.
From the gun, Jackson. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Ravens keep running away with this. Here's Luke for the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Ravens grow their lead yet again. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. And this one bounces into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback after the 20.
Their own 20-yard line.
All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10.
Come on. Set. 60 deep. 70 range. 70 range. Ready.
Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he's brought down at the line. Offense to the line fast. Wilson now from the gun. Man downfield, and he finds London. And this is going to take him off and across midfield there at the opposing 45. And here's the timeout with just 1 second left on the clock. So we're going to have one more play left in the game that's already decided.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest.
18, Pioneer. Let's go.
One final shot here. Another one here to London. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And this winning streak continues to grow as they claim their 4th victory in a row. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.
already know how I'm stepping. Saying you want love for the essence, this time I'll be the one to address it. No ABCs, but I got that for your methods. New Van Cleef for the necklace. Being that voice in the trenches, so tell me what's your preference. I'ma keep my cool if you stay composed. And when your boy gets home, I don't wanna hear no chat about. If you ain't got proof, then leave it alone. I'm on the road trying to keep us afloat. While you want space and a reason to grow. If things are best left kept on the low, then I think you should leave that after the tone.